We've got a full house here. We've got an excellent session in store coming at you right now, playing Turner Hall Ballroom tonight. Their new album, Earthtones, out now. Please welcome Bahamas.
Stay right here, I'll be coming home soon. I just emptied my lungs to some empty room. So much to say, but I just hold my tongue. The whole world's for the taking, I'ma get me some. I can do no wrong. No wrong. Stopping now, 'cause I'm due for rest. Been accused of the worst by some blue ribbon best. There's no mystery, no, there's nothing at all. I'm just repeating myself since I wrote Southern Drawl. I can do no wrong. No wrong. No one really hurts me like you. No one hurts me quite like you do. To cut right through me with all that truth. No one hurts me quite like you do. I was the champion, but I folded my hand. I got lonely up there in that one-man band. Now I'm falling for a friend of a friend. I see my whole life coming up round the bend. I can do no wrong. No wrong. No wrong. No wrong. No wrong.
You are listening to Bahamas live from Studio Milwaukee.
Well, I know it isn't me that the people came to see, but don't feel bad, 'cause we're the opening act, and yes, the place is packed, and so I'm glad. 'Cause it wasn't long ago I wasn't offered a show of any kind. So now I try and say yes, even if it's not the best. For me, that's fine. Why you treating me like a stranger? Why you punishing me with your love? Why you running from me like I was danger? Is my music not good enough? Well, I can't be afraid of mistakes I've made or ones I ain't made yet. 'Cause I already know to fail is to grow, that's the thanks you get. But sometimes I wake up and think I had enough, like I lost a bit. Now that music is free and you can't blame me, blame the internet. Why you treating me like a stranger? Why you punishing me with your love? Why you running from me like I was danger? Is my music not good enough? There's no company car, there's no bass in the bar, there's no end in sight. And I know it ain't wrong if some half-written song keeps me up at night. 'Cause if I open my mouth and nothing comes out, I won't be reduced. 'Cause I always remember to pull out my fender and just let her loose. Why you treating me like a stranger? Why you punishing me with your love? Why you running from me like I was danger? Is my music not good enough? Why you treating me like a stranger? Why you punishing me with your love? Why you running from me like I was danger? Is my music not good enough?
You are tuned in to a live Studio Milwaukee session with Bahamas. Guys, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank
And
you.
just real quick, if we could just do some introductions.
Yes. You'd like me to introduce
Yes.
myself?
Yes.
Okay.
That'd be
I'm-
great.
I'm Afie on the drums. This is Jason Tate back here on the drum kit. And on the Fender bass, Mr. Darcy Yates. On the Fender Telecaster, this is Christine Bougie right here. And on the Shure SM58, this is Felicity Williams right here.
Now that we're all great friends, I feel like we can begin. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I want to start. I promise we're going to get to some questions of substance a little bit later on in the interview, but I want to start with a really dumb question right away, if that's
Okay.
all right. Let's talk about the band name.
Yes.
Have you been to the Bahamas, or is
No.
Never been. Okay, that makes two of us. Great. Tell
I
us
just,
about the band name. Yeah.
well, when I first started playing, I was playing by myself, and I have a weird name, but it's very long. It's Afie Solomon Jurvanen Herskovitz, and I just thought that didn't sound very cool. And
does have a
there's
nice
all
ring,
these
yeah.
things, Bon Iver, and all these other weird. You just pick something weird, and then people seem to like that better. That's so Bahamas seemed easier than Afie Solomon Jurvanen Herskovitz at the time. And now my last record, I called it Bahamas as Afie. I tried to go back to Afie. It didn't work. People said, no, you're Bahamas now. So, I don't know. It
So
just
you're
is what it is.
destined
Yeah.
stick with it.
Yeah, I'd like to go down there at some point and just fill up my suitcase with a bunch of made in China T-shirts and bring them back here and sell them to all you people.
Hey,
But,
as soon as that happens, please come back. We've got
Yeah.
a studio here full of
Okay.
people. I'm sure would love that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Earthtones. That is the new record that is out now, and you've written about it and you've talked about it. I've read that it's a record that's kind of free of reference and free of genre. You've said that in interviews. I want to dig into that. What does that mean as your approach to songwriting?
I think it's just trying not to get caught up in trends of any kind, trends in sound or trends in lyrically or anything like that,
Sure.
and also just trying to make something that sounds modern and contemporary and with guitar-based music, there's just, at the risk of offending bands, there's just so much derivative sounding stuff. It's harder to make something new and fresh sounding, just because there's just so much history of amazing guitar music being made.
Right.
So, yeah, a lot of that was just sort of like in the writing process, just trying to write songs that were really direct. You don't have to wonder what it is I'm singing about.
And I love that. And I think there's something to be said about lyrics that are kind of unambiguous and straightforward. I feel like sometimes lyrics can be a place where artists kind of hide behind.
Sure.
But with your music, it's very clear what's going on.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the idea. I just think, you can use irony and metaphor and all these sort of things in your writing to mask what you're saying. Or you can just use none of that and just get to the point, which is, for me, it's more challenging and more interesting as a writer. And it's I think it's just a better way to go in all relationships, even just two people talking together. It's probably a better way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Clarity. So let's talk about kind of the pivot in sound that is marked by this new record, Earthtones. It definitely sounds a lot different than previous Bahamas releases. How did that come about? New collaborations with some new band members and some new equipment. Talk about that evolution.
Yeah, well, basically, I just had this idea to record with these musicians in Los Angeles. First of all, they're a lot older than I am. They're just a lot more experienced. They just have 30-plus years of recording and playing.
And who are these musicians?
This guy, Pino Palladino, on the bass guitar, and this drummer, James Gadsden, who's probably in his 70s now. But they, part of sort of returning to your earlier question, free of genre. These guys play country music and hip hop music and every genre of music at a very, very high level.
And have collaborated with some huge artists.
For sure. They're
Bill
just
Withers, D'Angelo, right?
Yeah. And Nine Inch Nails and Keith Urban and Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's just music. So I kind of like that idea, first of all, and I just sort of threw it out there on a whim to my manager, and he emailed them. Those 70-year-old guys are just on their phones, just like the rest of us, waiting for the email to come in. And they seemed open, and we sent them some music, and they were into it and available. So we just got together for a few days, and I think we did 9 or 10 songs. And I just came away from that feeling really inspired. And then we were on tour, and I was showing everyone the tracks, and everyone was getting kind of equally excited and fired up. And so we went to a studio in Prague and did a few more tracks, and they fit in quite well with the stuff we did in Los Angeles. So it's really a testament to these musicians right here that you can't really tell who played on what. The songs really just sort of meld together very nicely.
And that's, I think, when I say that the record is an easy listen, I don't mean like easy listening. I mean like a record you can put on and really enjoy from beginning to end. And the thing that I love about it is, there's a lot of diversity of sound on the record. There are some that are like roll your windows down jams, and then there are others that you can just kind of sink into and enjoy. And I think that speaks to what you were saying about working with these artists that have this proficiency across genres. I think the record itself reflects that.
Yeah, well, I think so. I was thinking a while ago, because we at Spotify and all the Apple Music and the way the music business has kind of shifted towards playlisting. For whatever reason, Bahamas music always ends up on chill playlists.
Okay. And how do you feel about that?
Coffee house chill.
Yeah.
Acoustic chill.
Do you feel chill?
Sunday afternoon chill. And at first I was like, that's kind of interesting, but then it gets a little bit annoying. It's like, I am chill. I like to chill.
Chilling's
but I also
good.
just like want to just end up on the Funky Freaky Friday playlist too at some point, So I don't know. It's not like a direct reaction to that, but somewhere in the back of my mind, I'm sure I was thinking about that.
I love that.
Yeah.
We're chatting with Bahamas live from Studio Milwaukee. The song that we are hearing the most right now from the most recent record is Way With Words.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, what should we know about next? What do you got coming up that we should get to next?
About songs?
Yeah, from the record.
Oh, jeez. Well, I mean, they're all good, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard for me to pick a favorite.
It's a record of good
I mean,
songs.
I like this song, Bad Boys Need Love Too.
That is my favorite from the
Really?
record.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
that
glad
was
to
the
hear
one
that. Well,
that's
tell the record company guys, because I got in a bit of a fight with them about
when I
that
say
one.
Rolling Down the Windows, that's the
Yeah.
song. I love that song.
Yeah, I wrote this song about my dad who left before I was born, and I kind of I was angry about it for a long time, and then I turned that anger into something more positive and wrote a song about it, and yeah, for me it was a really important song, so I'm glad it made it on the record. Yeah.
Well, let's get into your last song. Do you care
Okay.
to kind of set it up and tell us what we're going to hear?
Sure, we're gonna play that song "Way With
Yes!
Words" again because I get a lot of pressure from my management to stick with the single, stay on brand, stay on message. It's quite an old song. I wrote it about this band that I played in like many years ago, and the band broke up because I joined another band and went on tour, and that band got mildly successful and just screwed everything up for me. But we'll play the song now. It's called "Way With Words."
Bahamas live on 88.9.
I had a way with the words for a while. You call it substance over style. Now I hear you laugh, but I don't see a smile. Yes, I had a way with the words for a while. If I had known, I'd have stuck around. 'Cause what kind of man lets his brother down? But while I was gone, think of all that you found. A dear old friend and a brand new sound. I am one man. I can do anything. We are not far. We can do anything. Is the whole thing just a test? This is something you should get off your chest. Don't keep me waiting on some SMS. Don't keep it all so close to the vest. I am one man. I can do anything. We are not far. We can do anything. Our return will come someday. The three of us will laugh and play. I know that we can find a way to put it all behind us, nothing to remind us. To put it all behind us, there'll be nothing to remind us. Won't hold my breath, won't wait in vain. Won't single you out, won't lay blame. I won't protest, but I won't be the same. 'Cause I'm the only one that has my name. I am one man. I can do anything.
Keep it going for Bahamas.
Thank you.
Bahamas playing tonight at Turner Hall Ballroom. Big thanks to Bahamas for stopping by and gracing us with your set today. Thank you for that.
Thanks so
Big
much.
thanks to Lodi, our sound engineer, our venue partner, Turner Hall Ballroom, and Transfer Pizzeria Cafe. And a big thanks, of course, as always, to our members. Give yourself a hand, guys. And we will send it back to Studio A.